You all right? Okay, so here we are. I always, out of tradition, I always ask just a couple of questions. One that I can remember right now, so it might just be one. So but on a scale of 1 to 10, that's right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at as far as pain right now?
Oh, about a 5.
About a 5. Okay, I can respect that. 5 out of 10. Did you expect worse or about the same?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't fix.
Didn't have a lot of expectations?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, let's go ahead and just go straight to the spiral. So that's how we're going to do it. I want to have you go ahead and turn. Will you grab, before we do that, grab the blanket? Or the blanket? So we can kind of control that. So tell me, when we started this, this actually started long before today because we did your awesome wife. And go ahead and put it on there. Cover the mirror.
I'll cover the mirror. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, apologize. Okay, go ahead and turn to your daughter and give the first smile to your daughter. Go and take a look at her. Go ahead and see your dad.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. That's so good. It is. Wow.
Because it feels funny because it's so swollen.
Yeah, it'll go down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so good.
You like
I
him?
love it, yeah.
You're.
Makes me all emotional.
Why are you emotional?
Because I've never seen him do that before. He's never taken care of himself.
Wow.
What do you mean I never took care of myself?
Well, not like you wanted him to, right? You're
Yeah.
too busy taking care of everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet. I hope your relationship, I can tell it means a lot.
That's the
Yeah.
way Dad is.
Are you ready to see it, Robert?
Huh?
Do you want to take a look?
All right, a little bit.
Okay, let's take a look. Here we go.
Wow. I know my lips still hangs down. Is that swollen?
That's just because of swelling and maybe a little bit.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make it.
Yeah, you got a whole mouth of teeth now.
Well, not the back.
Oh, well, okay.
Gotta keep you from chewing too much
Yeah.
for a while.
So, if you look here side by side, around this way, here's your before and after here. A little different, huh?
Yeah.
So everyone notices this one obviously with the nice white teeth, but we notice here's look at the profile picture. Isn't that kind of amazing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
When your chin is up, it makes you look more square. It gives you kind of an older look.
Yeah.
When you drop the chin down just a little bit, this is when you're swollen, right? Wait till the swelling goes down. You want to talk about taking some years off your life as far as looks, but more importantly, breathing. You're going to breathe better too, because when you have a really closed bite, really deep bite, oftentimes you have sleep apnea, snoring, and so you're going to notice a difference right away too. You're still emotional. I love that. You're so sweet. It means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Now there's one other surprise too that you didn't know about that I told her. Do you want to tell him?
You tell him.
So these teeth that are in there right now, these are actually final zirconia teeth, because my milling machine couldn't mill the
These are
temporary.
actually permanent?
These are actually permanent teeth.
Wow.
What I told her is, I love the way they look. This was Dr. Hendrick's version. You didn't get as much of a say in it, and so in 6 months after you're all built up, if you want to make changes, or heavens forbid they're like big changes, then we redo them. But I literally kind of camped out here and got them done in 2 days.
I know she did.
If my eyes look like they're a little bit red here, because the idea of like making you wait any longer for some teeth wasn't going to happen. So these teeth are solid, they're beautiful, they're not going to break, and we'll see how everything heals up. Sometimes the gums, as they heal, they'll develop a little bit of space, and so like in 4 to 6 months, we'll bring it back. If there's any place you're getting food caught, we'll reline it. And heavens forbid, if you're like, you know what, doc, you made them too white, then I can darken them. And if you're like, doc, I hate them, then, which I don't think you will, but if let's say you did, then I just redo them.
I
But
like
this, I think they look nice. I spent a lot of time on them, but again, this is actually the first time I've ever done this. And to do zirconia in basically 2 days, that's actually, I think, a record, so. But I couldn't have picked a better person to do it for it. You guys are just the salt of the earth people, so. But, and I appreciate it too, because I actually learned how quickly I could do something when you're up against the wall, you know?
Yeah, but you're pushing them so.
Well, I know, but you know, nice things. I have a nice long weekend to spend some time with the kids and stuff. But do you guys have questions?
No.
Okay, you will have questions, and when you do me a favor and just shoot them to our text or email. Let me just talk about hygiene.
One thing.
Yep.
When can I floss?
Oh, that is a good question.
That is-
Good, high five. I love that. Like that makes my day. I never actually get that question, but so you can floss the second that you feel like you can get floss underneath there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right now I would want you to do it because it would probably be really tender. The reason why I think the reason why you're more of like a 4 or 5 versus like a 1 or 2 is because when I made these finals, that's why I sedated you, is because I actually pushed the tissue down. I want the tissue to be nice and flat. That's the most important part of maintenance in hygiene, is that the device is either flat or kind of like a bullet, so it pushes the gums in. And so in order to accomplish that, I had to push a little bit more, and that's why I knocked you out so that I could numb you up a tiny bit. And, you know, right now, so you know he's a little bit still numb, right? I'm guessing a little bit numb
Well, yeah.
on the lower,
Yeah, right.
and the
here.
lower for the
Yeah.
surgery too. But
Yeah.
that'll wear off, and then
And a little numb up here.
and that will slowly come back. I was telling her you'll have like these little, it's kind of like little electrical pulses, and that's completely normal. So you'll floss that when you start to see a tiny bit of space. You'll water pick. If I was to give you a timeline of what I think would probably be appropriate,
That's what
3
I have is water fishing.
3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
You can start water picking as early as tonight, but you have to make sure you turn it on like 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so just kind of rinsing it, that's great. Don't turn it up to like 8 or you're going to cause the sutures to pop. Now the pressure is going to be mainly on the top because the top is where most of the infection was, and the body's still kind of pushing out stuff. Like you might even like weep, or I call it weeping, but it's like light bleeding. That's normal. When you actually start to eat, the roof of your mouth will be a little more tender too. Okay,
Wow.
more so than the out. You notice that?
It is already.
Yeah, and that's why you stay on the ibuprofen and the Tylenol. The Tylenol is going to be the most helpful because that's the one that causes, it's an anti-inflammatory. It'll help with inflammation, okay? But that'll be probably the sorest part. And my recommendation, if I were you, I would, stock up on some nice ice cream. Cold is always good. You can do ice, let ice sit in there. That will also help. As much as you can, keep your tongue away. Your tongue's really, really, our tongues are just so curious. They always want to go over there and explore as much as you can. And if you see him and you're hanging out with him and you see him going, Dad, stop that, don't do that. If you do pop a suture out, it's not a big deal. You can always come back in and we can cut the suture out, or if you have, as long as you clean them, you can cut them out yourself too. Okay. But the nice thing is these are pushing up just like keeping a shoe on a sprained ankle. Right now, literally, right now it's sore, but you'll notice that over the next 24 hours, it actually acts as a brace and it helps the healing and the pain. Okay. The last thing is keep your head elevated the next couple days too.
I sleep elevated.
Good. Yeah. Head elevated. Ibuprofen and Tylenol every 4 hours. Okay. Did you fill the script for the stronger medication? Guessing you didn't, did you? First time, oxycodone.
No.
No.
Would you like to feel that?
No.
Okay. You're old school. That's your generation. I
Well,
love that
I've
generation.
got tramadol.
Okay. And if you need more tramadol, that is one I can call in. That's the nice thing. Over the weekend, let's say you're like, hey, I my normal tramadol for my back pain, I can just refill it for you. Okay. Stay on the antibiotic until it's all gone. You should have at least another 7 days.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
antibody.
Good. And then there's a blister pack, that little one that has like a row of 6. You
You
use
know
it?
what that does to my blood pressure?
Does it cause go high?
400.
Okay, let's not do that then. Let's not do that. But use the ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is kind of like the same type. It's an anti-inflammatory. Just stay on it, like every 4 hours. You know, don't be a tough guy. It's
Oh,
when people have regrets, it's that they go 6 or 7 hours. The pain comes in hard, and that's when I get a call. It's like, Doc, is it supposed to hurt this much? And come to find out, they kind of missed a timing. So every 4 hours, just take 2 ibuprofen, 1 Tylenol, and you stay nice and safe. Okay.
yeah.
Questions? Okay. There's 2 things you can control for healing. Okay, there's only 2 really. I mean, there might be more, but there's only 2 I think of. Hygiene, and that we talked about with, you can brush your teeth by the way too. You can use regular toothbrush, regular toothpaste. I recommend a spin brush. Matter of fact, my team's gonna send you a link that has the tools I recommend. It's like has a spin brush, water. If you already have a water pick, you don't need to buy another one. But
I got a spin brush water pick.
perfect. And then there's a couple of attachments that I recommend for the water pick. One that just came out this last year that has like a 180-degree hook. And so recommend you get that. It's like $10, but it will really help keep it clean. So we'll send that, it's a text message, we'll send it to you, and then you can look at it and say, okay, I have this, don't need that, I'll buy this. But everything's on Amazon, super easy to get, it'll come right to your door. But other than that,
I have Amazon, so
isn't it
I'll
great?
just order it.
she's got you covered. She's like, give me the card, I got you covered, Dad.
Yeah.
Right. So do you have any questions?
Mm-mm.
Any comments?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. You're just so sweet. I think.
She is happy I did it because her mother was
She's
making
wanting to
sure that I get it done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you put the like I say, put the oxygen on your own self first. Now you're gonna be. I mean, I'm excited to kind of see the next few months how they go because, I mean, you were never a vain person. I know that. You're gonna feel more confident, but you're gonna have more energy. You're gonna sleep better, and she's gonna be the beneficiary of that because when you're happy, guess what? Her happiness is going through the roof, right? So, and take good care of yourself. Just stay on top of those medications. Your blood pressure was great today, especially 24 hours after surgery, and you're in good shape. I think your blood sugar, as far as A1C, it was right at 7, so it's almost like kind of like a pre-diabetic. I bet that drops significantly with taking out the infection.
That's because of the medication you gave me.
Yeah.
I mean, what was
It
it?
was a steroid.
Was it 389?
Yeah, it was 389. Yeah.
He's a lightweight though, no whiskey, okay? No whiskey, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna be out. So, well, okay, well we'll get you out of here. If you have any questions over the weekend, we do like I said, we have the emergency number, the texting number I was texting you through. That's one that I don't see as often. The regular text number, make sure she has the one that we see. There's like kind of like 2 numbers, but one's like it was the only I could get into that night.
Okay.
The other one I couldn't log into, and so let's make sure you have that. But if you have any questions over the weekend, let me know. I'll be available. And then let's plan on seeing you back. And if we don't hear from you, the bite looks good today. But let's say in a week you're like, you know what? I feel like maybe I'm hitting here a little heavier. Just give us a call. Come in and we'll adjust the bite.
Okay.
But if I don't hear from you, I want to set up an appointment for 4 months, and that's when I'll see you back. We'll check your bite. We'll make sure all the healing's good. We'll see how the tissue looks, and
Alright.
and then we'll have the conversation about what's the next steps, whether it be adding, modifying what we have there, or if we need to redo anything or whatever. I want you to be over the moon happy with these. So, okay,
I appreciate it.
you got it, my friend. Appreciate you. Okay.
I've already recommended you to several people, so.
Well, I appreciate that.